and we are live. Greetings and salutations, Focuz Up family. Welcome to the August 10, 2024 installment of the Focuz Up Show. We thank you for tuning in with us live Saturday at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms, or catching up with us on replay. And we ask that you click that like, that subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focuz Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy, nice as in the word saint spelled backwards. And my co-hosts today are the lovely First Lady J. Welcome back, sisters. It's been a little bit. And we got the infamous El Pooh, star of Spin That Back, Saturday at 10:30 a.m. What are we going to have for today? What's going to be Spin That Back?
Yes, sir. We're going to be talking about the legacy of DJs in the game of hip-hop. Spin that back one time. I don't even have to spin that back. We talk about DJs.
So that's what's up. So we're
actually, hold on. Spin that back. There you go.
So we're down a few soldiers today. We're missing Mr. Walk, host of Text Talk Walk Thursday at 9 p.m. And we're missing our Minister of Information, Charles X, and the boss man. He don't like me to call him the boss man, but Mr. Floyd X, he's got some things to take care of. So we're going to hold it down today. We might have some guests pop in, but, let's get on with the get. So what's up, First Lady J? What do we got in the news?
First up in the news, we have rapper Nelly. Rapper Nelly arrested in St. Louis for previous traffic charge accused of illegal drug possession. He was arrested on Wednesday morning at St. Louis Casino relating to an active warrant for a previous year's old traffic charge, according to Missouri State Highway Patrol. During a search at the time of the arrest, authorities say they found the musician to be in possession of 4 pills that were believed to be ecstasy. Nelly's lawyer, Scott Rosenblum, said in a statement to CNN that the musician was targeted by an overzealous, out-of-line officer who conducted a search without probable cause.
I mean, he had a warrant. And the thing about it is, I understand how when you're struggling and things get whatever, I mean, you shouldn't be having those type of problems. Again, I don't know what his financial situation is, but, those are the type of things you stay on top of. So you got a warrant, and as far as the pills, look, I don't know if they really were ecstasy, but at this point in the game, that's like extremely dangerous to be messing with. We're losing a lot of our rappers in the age of 50 and stuff like that. Now, I got to believe that taking ecstasy, is extremely dangerous. If there's some pills you need to be taking at our age, there's going to be blood pressure, maybe some of them blue chews, something like that. But, you need to stay away for the X. Leave that for the youngsters.
Yeah. He needs to be taking some Dones pills for his back or something like that. But I mean, I don't think he's stressing because ain't he hooked up with Ashanti? Did she have that baby yet or not?
Yep, that's right. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, for real. I mean, come on. Well, maybe she's stressing them. I don't know. But ecstasy is old. You should be on some of that new stuff. They got some new stuff out there now. I don't know what it's called, but it's some new stuff out there now. Catch up.
Don't mess with none of that stuff. You got something to say else about this, First Lady J?
Just stay away from drugs. It's sad that his age and, like I said, being who he is, that you would get caught with something like that. I hope everything works out for him.
And one more thing, Nelly. When they said you'd rather get caught with it than without it, they didn't mean the drugs, brother.
And again, we don't know for sure what those things do. I mean, maybe those pills are on the up and up. Why you'd have 4 pills on you, coming from the casino. I don't know. But again, I ain't trying to judge this person without all the facts. So that's what's up. What we got up next after that, First Lady J?
We have Lil Wody. Rapper 26-year-old I'm sorry, I jumped. 26-year-old girlfriend captures 16-year-old rapper Lil Wody before dropping him off at school. Recently, 26-year-old Kenyatta Beverly and Seattle rapper 16-year-old Lil Wody have been at the center of much controversy. Drama began when Kenyatta posted pictures of her dropping Lil Wody off at his high school. This became really heated, with many weighing in on their relationship. The photos circulated on Twitter and Facebook featuring Kiana and Lil Wody seemingly in a tender, loving relationship. Hundreds of responses poured in after the images went viral. On one hand, there are those who really praised the couple's love for each other and defended the relationship by pointing out the undeniable fact that it is legal, as they are both over the age of consent and consensual. On the other hand, however, others seem quite disapproving of the relationship, labeling her a pedophile and sex groomer.
Wait a minute. Let me ask. Can I ask one question? Did you start off by saying she was dropping him off at school?
I said, I said what I said. Not his parents, his woman.
Full disclosure, okay? I got some criticisms about it, and it may be a little bit hypocritical because when I was 17, I had a girlfriend who was 24. So, but she never dropped me off at school or anything like that. In fact, I didn't bring her around my mother till I turned 18. And my mother didn't even know about her age till way after the fact. But I'm just saying that, that's a 10-year age difference. 10 years doesn't mean nothing later in the game, but early in the game, 16-year-old, man, and he looks like a kid. When you compare the two, at least when in my situation, she was 4'11", I was at least like probably maybe about 5'6" or something like that. It's just this situation, it I don't know, man. The optics are terrible, and you just wonder why. What would a 26-year-old be looking at for a 16-year-old, except for, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do we have a picture of them? I don't.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, he said he has it up there. You don't see it there?
I don't know what he looks like, so I
Oh,
don't know.
okay. Hold on. Let me grab the picture. But what do you say? What how do you feel? What do you say about that age difference? 26-year-old. It's a 10-year difference, but the bottom line is 26-year-old.
I got two things to say.
Oh man. Yeah, no, that's crazy. He like literally just showed the stuff before the I'm sorry. I guess Floyd X is like, I'm coming. Oh, there it goes. I'm sorry. I see it. Boom. Sorry, Floyd X. You no need. So check this
Oh
out.
no! You dropped him off at an elementary school. Come on now.
He's 16-year-old, but
Wait a
he's
minute,
a very young looking
this is the
16-year-old.
picture that you had showed us, Lady J,
Yes.
the other day, right? Oh my goodness!
And we thought it was his mother, and we thought we were complaining. We were saying this is very inappropriate for a mother to do. And then we found out that he was a grown up, and this was his girlfriend. But turns out he's not a grown up.
I don't believe he's 16.
Yeah, he looks like.
He looks like he's 12.
So and again, he's doing fine. Like you can't tell him ish. You couldn't tell me ish. But I'm just saying, you got to look at her and just wonder. Like, obviously, it's. I hate to just call her a gold digger, not knowing anything about what the situation is.
Yeah, she either that or she into little boys. I'm gonna tell you what, bro. When I was 17, I had a girlfriend. I was dating down. I think I had a girlfriend like 15, some shit, like something like that.
Yeah, the other direction. Man. It's funny because I remember like in junior high, I had a crush on my homeboy's sister, and she was a grade higher than us, right? So, but I remember finding out that her boyfriend was my grade. I was like, whoa, what's up with that? But this dude looked tall. He looked like the dude that was an older like cat and stuff like that. So, even like Born to Lie, he was pulling the older females a grade older and stuff like that. But he looked like an older dude. This dude looked like Webster. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's, but hey, Webster, he still got to have somebody. So I don't mean to disparage anybody who's shorter than their woman or whatever. Because real grown-ups are gonna have those situations too. But it just, man, 16, I don't know, man.
How do you even find a 16-year-old when you're 26? I mean, what are you doing? Come on, what are we doing here? For real.
Yeah, so that's why it was a topic.
I think that it would be the situation would be worse if it was opposite. You know, those that's approving of this, I'm wondering if they're approving it because it's a male. If it was a female, I believe those that are on his side right now, whether it's legal or not, will feel totally different. I have a problem with it either way it goes because she is a pedophile in my eyes. I don't care legal or not because you should have been babysitting him or whatnot, like, but to become his woman. But if that was a girl that was 16 years old and that was a 26-year-old man, the internet would be going off way more than what is going off right now. Talking about viral would be viral times 10.
Hey, you just brought up something. You kind of blew my mind there. I literally wasn't even looking at it like that. But I mean, if Walk was here, he'd be talking about free R. Kelly. So
And when you were talking and saying that back in the day, I was want to say, like there were a whole lot of R. Kellys back in the day as well. Just not I didn't get caught up with it like he did.
Because he may he may be having to put money on her books.
Pictures are proof, huh?
for real. I mean, it's just I don't know,
If
man. It's
it's
just
legal in their state, I guess not. But still, it's like, what do you want with a 60-year-old, really?
I mean, if you 26, that's what I'm saying. It's just like man. I hope he's successful. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, so
I mean, what you gonna
that's
talk to him about? What you have for lunch?
I know I couldn't even sit across the table from someone like if I was 26 with a 16-year-old. We just couldn't even have a discussion. It's just it'd be tough. But
She
anyways,
wouldn't even be able to engage in a conversation with me as the parent. It's like,
so what do we got up next, First Lady Jane?
oh, I was so caught up in that. I know we have the Olympics up next. Let me put my extra vision on. So, up next, we have the Olympics. Harvard graduate Gabby Thomas sprints the 200-meter gold medal for the United States by a big margin. Before Gabby Thomas set foot on the stage, a France purple track surrounded by 80,000 or so screaming spectators, her coach gave her some last minute advice. The only thing I needed to do was get the lead, and then finish strong, Thomas said, recounting Tanya Buffer Bailey's counsel, and I did that. She sure did, following precisely that easier said than done plan. She won the 200 meters in the 2024 Olympics.
So now this sister, she graduated from Harvard, so she's no dummy, and she's a great athlete, obviously by virtue of winning that gold medal. So salute to that sister. We like to salute the sisters. I mean, there's the dudes that we need to salute as well, but particularly these are sort of like the face of what's kind of going on. Her and this sister, Shikari. You got something about her?
Yes, I do. Shakari Richardson rallies U.S. women's in Olympic 4x100 while men shut out again. Shakari made her first Olympic gold medal moment memorable, giving the sprinters behind her the side eye, then stomping her foot to the track on her final step across the finish line. Afterwards, she moved aside to watch the U.S. men do what they do best in the 4x100 relay, find a way to lose.
Ouch. That wasn't nice.
Hey,
But
that's
yeah,
what
no,
made
oh
it.
yes, no, she definitely has a moment where you see her kind of look, and then that everybody's been talking about, and then she just took off on homegirl. But yeah, and that was the relay. She was actually racing with Gabby Thomas. So that sister's kind of rebranded herself. She was going through some things, and she kind of came off a certain way. But I mean, she's just been putting in the work and handling biz, and salute to those sisters, holding it down. So black women have been winning over there in the Olympics. We also had that the I forgot what the other person that did the fencer or whatever or something. I mean, there's a few other people that have been doing some things, but And salute to the brothers. Obviously, there's been stuff going on because the medal count is somewhere at around 33 to 33. I know that China just jumped in front. But one of the things that we wanted to talk about was the men's basketball team because Serbia was putting on these cats. I mean, they jumped up on them. They were up by 15, 17. They went into the fourth quarter up 13. So, when I say Serbia was up, the men's basketball, so there wasn't a single brother on that Serbia team. And, it was looking very grim. And them brothers, they just dug in. It was an exciting game. I was watching it, watching it. My boss was watching it. He was okay with me watching it. So we were sitting there, rooting and cheering. And, it was a good thing to see him pull it off. So, they'll be going for the gold against France. This is in Paris. So, they'll be going against the home team for the gold. And that's going to be at 12:30. So after you watch the Focus Up show, after you check out Spin That Back, you go tune into the men's basketball and root for the home team.
Yeah, root for them and give them some, give them some support because they certainly ain't the dream team. I'm just gotta say.
That's the argument. A lot of people say that the dream team, a lot of those cats were like late in the game. It's like Jordan was a youngster, and obviously Christian Laettner, he was a rookie. But a lot of those cats were sort of like on the back end of their careers. You can kind of make that argument for a lot of the people here because LeBron's definitely on the back end and, Steph and all these other things. But, this team is deep. They got a guy that was the finals MVP this year, and he ain't even cracking the team.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
well, I guess you're right. When you look at LeBron's hairline, I guess he is on the back end. Hey, anyway, it's all good, though.
Hey, don't be disrespecting Bron. Bron is still doing work very late in the game. AD, all of these cats. So, they're representing. They're showing you that these two cats, they got a lot to do. So we'll see what the Lakers do. Basically, this is all a tune-up. This will keep them in good shape, for the off season and coming into the regular season. We'll see what the Lakers do. But just hating. So what else we got up there, First Lady J?
I have Miss Kamala Harris. Vice President has chosen Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota as her running mate, elevating a former teacher and Army National Guard veteran to join the Democratic ticket and help lead the party's fight to defeat friend Trump.
So let me see. There's no we about to go in on these guys. First of all, this dude seems like a great pick. Even Walk was like, yo, this dude seems like thorough. He was saying that it's sad that he basically has to be the junior ticket on the junior slot on a ticket.
Hey, your audio kind of tripping a little bit.
Oh, it is? My bad. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you better now. Go ahead.
Okay, but bottom line is, this dude is he's been put in work as the governor of Minnesota. He's a progressive after a fashion, but he's not far left as Trump will try to categorize this dude. But this dude has been a teacher. He's been in the National Army Reserve, I think, for 24 years.
Yeah.
Something like that. This dude has a thorough career, and the Republicans trying to trash him because he got into politics. He got into politics before he was even potentially going to be deployed to Afghanistan. And they're just saying, oh, you ran to whatever this instead of going out to the surveyor. But the dude put in 24 years. It's like, come on now.
And he didn't complain about his feet, bone spurs and stuff like that. And saying his personal Vietnam was not having an STD, like somebody said. I don't know who said it, but I heard somebody said something.
Exactly. And the dude, Vance, he's sitting there talking all this talk because there's a video where he says, civilians shouldn't have these guns that I had in war. And they actually didn't finish it. He said in war, then he said in something. There was something that clarified it. But even if he just said war, you got to understand the definition of war. One of the definitions of war is warfare. So when you apply simple logic, warfare, he was training people with these guns. Everything that he was doing was basically the art and science of war, which is what warfare is. So what he said is completely legitimate. This dude never said he was in combat. Vance is talking all of this crap about combat. Vance was never in combat either. He was a correspondent whatever such and such. He was basically, interviewing people. That's what he did in the armed forces. And I'm not disparaging the dude because um, just being part of that fraternity is something. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is this dude, he act like he was like Rambo out there, and he wasn't. So it's real disrespectful.
It's really disrespectful when you say that you got shot and you won't release the medical records to really prove it and everything, and then somebody found some ketchup, packets in your pocket afterwards. I'm just saying, you ain't no survivor of anything. No violent attack for real, for real, for real. If you ain't gonna really, sit up here and stand on it. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is what I think people are really getting tired of Trump's tactics. We've been seeing this for 12 years. It's the same old thing. We got a whole lot of people that's not around that was around in 2016. This is 2024. You got a whole new election block of people now. Younger people are coming in, and people we've been. It's the same old show. And then just like Big Cuz just said right here, he said, "I find it suspicious that they are attacking her ethnicity, and our policies and credentials. What credentials? I think he was trying to say. But either way, that's the same thing. It's the same old stuff. We keep hearing the same thing from this dude. People are tired of it. I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? At first, it was funny. It was like exciting. It was edgy. But now it's like redundant, boring, and it's like, man, we know what to expect from you. You know what I'm saying? So people are getting tired of it. That's just my opinion.
Now I know you don't like to talk about Trump First Lady Jay, so I ain't trying to put you on the spot. But at any point you want to interject in there, go ahead and say something. Um, Go ahead.
Well,
Oh,
he
you look.
said a mouthful about the clown. The thing about he does entertain, he likes
Uh-oh.
entertain, but he can't keep getting the attention if people don't give it to him. So the more people that give him the attention that he's seeking, the more he's going to get out there and do what he does best, and that's act a fool and clown. No, I'm not a big fan of his. Never have been, never will. But if I had to give
What's
him,
happening?
I would definitely give
Can
him
y'all
a
hear me?
for being an
Yeah. Well,
entertainer of
I,
the year.
I guess you can't hear us because First Lady Jay was talking.
No, I can.
Yeah. I don't know. You might have a delay or something, brother. How you doing, Mr. Walk? Can you hear us?
He's
Oh
muted
man.
now.
Okay.
He's muted himself. So he just you finally drop down your Trump take and you had to tread over it a little bit. But yeah, now this what he did do is have that press conference where we were sitting there going in talking about let's
When
take
he
him
said
out.
that they were probably bigger than MLK.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Send
Yes.
he's yeah, so that's he's talking about that. He's talking about the Willie Brown. He was talking about a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, he was talking about how he had
Well,
been in the
let's
helicopter.
let's
Go ahead.
talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about what he talked about. What he say? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Let's talk about
So,
it.
the
Lies.
first thing he talked about was he said Willie. I'm a good friend. I knew Willie Brown. I knew him well. I don't know if he said he's a good friend, but he knew him well. He said that he told all these terrible things about Kamala. They were in a helicopter that almost crashed. And, they thought they were gonna die, and this is what he's saying. And it's like, really? So you're telling me that this dude just broke into a conversation with you about Kamala Harris of anybody, when this allegedly occurred. And it turns out that he wasn't in no helicopter with Willie Brown. The only Brown that he was in there was Jerry Brown, who is a very different, person, like a white dude, and he was in there with Gavin Newsom. So I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be disparaging Kamala Harris to Donald Trump, but
And even Willie Brown came out and said, I wasn't in the helicopter, number one. Then he said, I ain't never talked down to about Kamala to him. I ain't say he didn't, but he didn't say it to Donald Trump. That's what he said.
mhm. So and that's the thing about it. They fact check these people when they ask them and they tell them, but everybody wants to give a voice to people like Judge Joe Brown, crotchety old guys like that have the worst takes of everything. But when you can actually substantiate it. Why don't you talk to the man? And like Willie Brown says, he goes, look. Of course, I did some things. I helped her career, but I also put on Nancy Pelosi. I also put on Gavin Newsom. I mean, the bottom line is the nature of what you do when you network with people you f with. So that's just kind of what it is. But what was the other thing that he said? He said something that was
He
pretty
said
good.
he had a crowd size for that for January 6th, his crowd size was bigger than MLK's or Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech.
Now this he's basing it on if the close up shot. If you look up at the close up shot, it might look similar, but then you have to back up and see like the whole thing, and it's just like there was like, the estimates are like 250,000 people for the one thing, and then only like 25,000
No,
maybe for
50,
the other thing, or
53,000.
10,000.
I think it was like
Yeah,
50,000, something
yeah.
like that.
So
I
it's
give you
just
that
like
50,000. Either way, I'm gonna tell you like this. I guarantee you, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan had more people for the Million Man March than he did. Guarantee.
But of course, hey, he is the guy that's done the most for blacks of any president ever in the history of presidency.
Yeah, since Lincoln.
Notwithstanding like notwithstanding the civil rights and all this other stuff movement, under Johnson and various other things. We don't even have to get into the fact. Bottom line is that I would definitely match his record up against with Joe Biden, because his policies are basically digging to not teaching black history in schools, and basically taking away the vote from black people, and basically giving white cops absolute immunity when it comes to hurting and killing black people. So you can't be the best president for black people. But let's see if Walk's got his stuff fixed. I know he's got something to say.
What's up, my brothers? What's going on? How you doing, Jay?
We hear you just fine now. What's going on? Welcome to the party, pal.
All right, I'm chilling. I'm in a white folks neighborhood. That's all I'm saying. Undisclosed neighborhood. Very nervous. Very nervous.
So you can say some pleasant things about Trump, and you be straight, right?
For sure. Right. Exactly.
Hey, did you see his press conference?
No, I did not. I did not.
He looks like the old guy now.
I mean, he took questions from reporters and didn't even answer them. Listen, this dude, he gonna get toasted at the debate. He think he did something with Joe Biden. Yeah, you did. You had the old man right there. It was easy work for you. But Kamala, she's gonna take care of you, bro.
Well, if when they debate, the thing is, anything he say is gonna be taken like, oh, he's being mean to women. He's gonna be like, how you doing, Miss Kamala? Oh, why I gotta be a miss? Some weird. It's gonna be just weird. So he gonna have to be on his P's and Q's with everything he say. So no matter how good he do or how bad she does, they're gonna say she won. You know how it is when you playing with women.
Wait. You think he's gonna play nice? You said P's and Q's. I know. First Lady Shay was like, what?
First thing he gonna say is, why are you being so mean and nasty? You just sound so mean and nasty.
He's the one that started off that interview talking about mean and nasty. He's gonna say stuff that's ridiculous, like them having abortions when they have the baby and then they put it to the side and then they kill it. And it's like, literally, that's not abortion, that's murder, and it's not legal anywhere, and no one's championing that cause, but it keeps coming up for some reason, because what he says if you beat the same drum long enough, people tend to believe it. But people that already do.
Yeah, that's true in a sense, bro. But when you keep playing the same tune over and over, people start saying, "Listen, I'm sick of this song." Okay, so gotta watch out for that too.
Now he says if they don't control the mic, the debate will be a circus. And that was the reason why they wanted to do it on ABC according to the terms and stipulations that he agreed to with Biden. So what you're going to have is that mics will be muted. One person will speak, the other person will speak. There'll be no crowd. You'll have to deal strictly with the facts and whatever. So it's, you're going to get your time. So you won't be able to duck behind jeers and cheers or, all of that nonsense and the side stuff, the pageantry of it. You're going to have to, you can't pound the table. You're going to have to pound the facts.
Trust me, Trump don't want no crowds. Trust me.
No, he put it this way, he wants a crowd because they're going to cheer. If he says something stupid and they raw and they cheer whatever, he's going to love that. He's going to feel like that's what they do. He wants that. That's why he wanted to go with Fox, because he's like, I want a live audience. And of course he wanted Fox live audience. It's a difference between ABC's audience and Fox's audience. So, but
I mean, everybody makes stipulations. He has stipulations. Joe Biden has stipulations when they set this debate up, but now he's dealing with a different person which is Kamala or Kamala, whichever for the Indians or the black folks, whatever you want to call her. But if it wouldn't be fair. It's like if I'm gonna fight you and it's like a boxing match where they have the 8 ounce gloves and the 10 ounce gloves. It's a different person, so we're gonna do different stuff. It's not just any size fits all. So you know, what I'm saying? So I understand why they want to change the venue because it's a different person he's debating. Look, it's like I set up like me and Nice Guy are gonna have a debate, but now you drop out. Now I'm debating Lady J. Wait a minute, this is a different. You know what I mean? That's how it is with the political scene as well.
That's a good argument, but the thing about it is the whole setup of the argument, the stipulations were based on keeping it about the argument, keeping control of it. So it was the issue about mutant mics. It's the issue about an audience. It's the issue about just getting no pageantry. So I understand it's definitely different when you're fighting different. You're training from one person, now you get switched up with another one. You got to do stuff different. But you know what? To use your analogy, the boxing matches, the rules ain't gonna change. For all intents and purposes. Now obviously if you're changing
Actually, it can
the
change. Actually, it can change. Some places have three knockdown rules. Some don't. Some you get knocked down 4 times. It can't change. I got you.
well, it changes on that record, but it doesn't change as far as the crowd. It doesn't change as far as the time. If it changes as far as the rounds, if it's a championship round, that's the difference. But still, I'm
Yeah, but anyway, let me say this much. What y'all missing is the dog whistles. This man keeps calling her and every other black person that's against him low IQ and stuff like that. You might be missing this because, like I said, it's a dog whistle. It's not meant for you to even catch that type of stuff. This dude is racist. He's degenerative. He's low IQ. You know what? He uses a whole lot of psychological projection all the time that he speaks. Everything that he says, if you really listen to what he's saying, he's speaking about himself.
Hey, dumb people, smart people are dumb to dumb people. You know what I'm saying? It's really not an intelligent attack. You're really not a smart person is really not going to be attacking a person for being dumb. That just wouldn't be the thing the avenue that you pursue. It's so you talk about projection. That's definitely what it is. But it's also it's it's muddying the waters. It's like just attack her policies. You can make legitimate arguments about policies that if she's more on the progressive side, lean in that. It don't have to be all these attacks about her blackness. It don't have to be attacked about her past relationships or stuff like that. Let's just keep it straightforward and deal with that. That's what I'm saying. But we might have somebody stepping in on here who might have something he wants to say. I don't know. He put on the hat. Looks like he got something to say. You muted, brother.
What up? What up? I was just checking to see. Y'all been reading the comments?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
We haven't necessarily been reading all of them.
All right. I'm just checking in. Who y'all talking about? Donald Trump again?
Well, we're really talking about the Tim Walz, the vice president pick, but we're talking about Donald Trump. The polling hasn't been going very well for him. So one of his people were saying that this is what he does when he feels like the team isn't doing whatever. He needs to just get in front and handle things himself. So he did that sort of like live from Mar-a-Lago press conference that was literally just all over the place. You asked a question and he just went a completely different place and just rambled. I mean, like I said, now he looks like the old guy.
Okay.
You said that 2 times. It's not sticking to the wall. It's not sticking to the wall. That's not an issue with Trump. You saying he's looking like an old dude. He's old as shit. But Joe Biden was fucked up mentally, and you still owe the Focus Up Show an apology because you did not apologize. You were saying that his brain and everything was there with
His
Joe
brain was
Biden.
sharp. His brain was sharp. If you looked at the actual transcript, you see the dude had like a cold. He
I
was
don't want to
talking
hear none of that about no
and stuff
transcript.
like that.
I don't want to hear no proof. I don't want to see no proof. You was wrong. I
Did he
want
say
my
proof?
apology for the
Did he
Focus
say
Up
proof?
Show.
You don't want to hear
That's
no
it.
proof?
He dropped out the
He
race.
sound like
His,
Trump.
his, his shit was
Okay,
fucked
well,
up.
since we are more than 30 minutes into the show, are we ever going to
Okay,
get to the
let's move on.
topics?
No, we'll do some.
No,
We'll
let's
go
go.
into the
Let's move on.
commercials.
Y'all
We'll go
going to
into
Nah,
the
nah,
circle
nah.
back
commercials.
anyway on this.
We'll go into the commercials, but we just want to make sure this brother doesn't want to talk about proof. But you want to
Yeah.
cue up first commercial for us?
Yeah, give me a second here.
Hey, let me put this one on Big Cuz said. Side note, why little cuz beard like mine? Things make you
Uh,
he,
he complimented he complimented himself and disrespected me at the same time.
Shout out to Big Cuz.
I seen you because you was looking smooth on your Facebook profile pic. I seen you because you did steal my style a little bit.
Let's go to these commercials, y'all.
For your cross country trucking needs. Shout out to La Brea Trucking, one of our Focus Up family members. So, again, you saw the phone number, run it back. That's the dude to contact. If you need to move something from here to there, from hither to thither, do what you need to do. What else we got up next? That's gobealive.org. Go get you some of that black honey. And she's also located here. If you need to, this is at the Crenshaw Mall, the Afro City Marketplace. If you want to go there live, and also in the Petty Vice, located in Venice, California. So, all right, and I think we're gonna do one more. That's the Score Bar and Lounge out in Sacktown. Mr. Floyd Arts is the one that normally sets that up. I know Walker's talking about he's gonna go there at some point and represent. But you gonna play
Good
thought you was
people.
gonna play this.
Yeah,
Gonna
one more.
play
One
this.
more.
One more.
Spin that back show. That'll be later, 10:30 this morning. Make sure to check us out. We're gonna be talking about the DJs in the hip hop from 79 to 99. Go ahead, y'all.
That's what's up. All right. So,
Wait a minute. Do we have anything else?
Hell no.
I guess we good. All right.
all right. So let's get into the topics. The first topic is we're gonna be talking about old school parenting versus new school parenting. Now, we talked previously on the show about spoiling the ride and stuff like that. That's not what we're going to lean into. We're just going to lean into how it's sort of like a different mindset as far as, a lot of these parents try to be friends and stuff, sort of like be equals to their children, try to talk things out with their children, kind of let them just do whatever, almost function like a grown up, or let them dictate, whether you can walk in their room or not and stuff like that. And, we were talking about how we felt like maybe that wasn't the best ways to handle things, and maybe our parents, were right about some things that we didn't quite fully understand. But I don't know if you remember what we're talking about, Brother Walk. What you got to say about old school parenting versus new school parenting?
Well, I mean, just a totally different time date because a lot of people are raising single moms, single dads. I was a single father for years, and I tried to just have my kids live better than I lived. I shared a room with three boys. It was four of us, four boys in one room, and moms and pops had the master bedroom. So I always just wanted, you know what I'm saying, to have my sons to have their own room, and I did that. And I kind of spoiled their asses too. You know what I mean? Like, cause I noticed now the way they operate now, as compared to me, because I'm more a neat freak, because we had to have stuff in order, because pops would be on that ass. But I see them now; they kind of sloppy with what they do. So I be feeling like, should I have just followed my parents' mantra as to how they raised me and you know what I'm saying, my brothers. So, but that's what we always hassle with as parents, because we don't want to be like our parents, even though we know that they did a good job as far as with us, but we trying to do and incorporate our own methods of parenting, and sometimes it don't work out. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't know if that kind of made sense. It's a
No,
lot
no,
going on
that
there,
makes a lot of sense.
but
First Lady
these
J,
parents today are are a little more lackadaisical. Yeah.
First Lady J, how do you perceive how this generation is being raised versus, let's say, our generation, or how you actually raise your kids, and how that's impacting society?
I feel like a lot of these parents are not parents, they're their children friends, and they're crippling their children and making them into feeling like they're on some entitlement stuff, and it's causing them to have lack of respect. I'm still with the old school way, and even though my kids are spoiled and try and get out of line at times, but now they get it. They understand why I was so strict, why I was the way that my parents were, because I got it as an adult and I got it as a young adult. Even as a teen, I understood why my parents were, why we need to be in by street lights, all these things. But these parents today, they're not parenting. For one, a lot of them are young. Grannies are not, including myself. You know, grannies used to be big mamas. They were up in age. You know, most of these women nowadays are becoming grandparents in their 30s or in 40s. Um, so if I feel like if these people stop being their children's friends and start being parents and allowing the village to help raise these children, then there would be a big difference in our communities.
Yeah, that was the thing about with me and my daughter. I have a great relationship with my daughter. I had a great relationship with her then, but we were never friends. You had an understanding that I'm the parent and you're the child. We can joke and laugh about stuff, but there's certain things you can't talk to me a certain way. If you want to challenge something, as long as you do it with respect, I'm gonna hear you out. You always got a voice, but that voice must always be respect. When I'd be out and about, I couldn't stand seeing kids, jumping on in the grocery store, just touching on stuff and doing all that stuff. My daughter never did that. I tell my daughter, I go, how many times I got to tell you to do something? Once. So that's what's up. So I mean that's the thing about it. So we're gonna look at these comments, but my point is that my daughter, she's doing well for herself. She's a married woman. She's got her degree in psychology, got her own business. She's got her own apartment complex that her and her husband live in. He's got his own real estate. I mean, they're way further down the vest than I was when I was coming out of the game. So I'm just saying that something, something must have worked for them to come out how they did. So that's kind of where I'm at. But let's go back to those comments. Nowadays, you see parents trying to please their kids instead of the kids making their parents proud. I mean, that's it. That's really it. Look, you want them to accomplish something. It's not always about making them feel good as much giving them the right pushing, the right understanding. Because again, like First Lady just said, we appreciate now. Like even Walk, we appreciate now. We didn't quite understand it then, but we understand now. There's a lot of stuff that we felt like if we could have it all to do it over again, we do a lot of things differently. So we're not just trying to be old fuddy duddies. We're really trying to share that stuff with you. But Charles X, the pros and cons on both parenting styles, a hybrid approach adopting best practices is in order. well, to me, it sounds like he's saying, look, you can't just be in a box. You got to expand beyond it. And if there's some new utensil that you can bring into the tool shed, I hear that as well. So, what you got to say about this, El Pooh?
I mean, yeah, yeah. Horn is in line for Jason. That was Joey that made that comment about parents trying to please the kids and instead the kids trying to make the parents proud. That's true. Yeah, somewhere along the line we lost something here because we always heard about white kids acting a certain way, and we couldn't do that in our households. We would have got, we would have got our beaks knocked backwards like Daffy Duck, So, but somewhere down, you know what happened? The crackheads had kids, then they had kids, and then they got grandkids, and somewhere in between there, we lost it. We got to get back on track.
That's true. Like you see videos now.
Okay, your audio gone. Yeah, you sound like like RTD2 or something.
Why
You
his
sound
audio
bad,
getting together is that a lot of the
I'm
men
outside.
and women are smoking with their kids. Women are twerking with their daughters, trying to compete and dress with them. So you can't parent if you're trying to be your child as well. So it's like your children don't even respect you at that point. So if they don't respect you, they're definitely not going to respect anyone else.
That's
But
real.
I see a lot of parents getting high, kicking it with their kids. So that's not parenting at all. So a lot of them are messed up because of that as well.
Yeah, so that's where these pictures came from. You see the little boy holding the gun, see the little boy holding the cash of money, the little girl, dropping it down and doing all of this stuff. I mean, it's just, look, adults are adults. I'm never going to criticize an adult for doing adult things, but the question is, what do you really want a kid to take from this stuff? And a kid doesn't have the proper perspective to process all this stuff, to be able to compartmentalize that. Okay, even though this thing is going on, I'm still intelligent, responsible, whatever. They can just get fully immersed and sucked into the bad thing. So because old school kept kids in their place and respect. New school is we are friends. So, and we're kind of repeating that, but I mean, it deserves repeating. You know, you got to train your children to be able to function when you're not around. So it's just not a function of just, acting up in front of you, but when they're, amongst other people, when they're at school, when they're amongst other kids, kids unsupervised is kind of the most dangerous, situation you can put kids in. And the kids, all they think about, oh, I just want to go out. Oh, this will just be fun. But I used to always tell my nieces, look, these house parties are dangerous. You know, all you're thinking about is, hey, I want to hang out with this person. But then somebody shoots it up and then somebody dies. And now you're traumatized for life.
Yeah, you know what's even more dangerous nowadays? That damn phone and this internet. When you give that child that internet, that phone, when they 2 years old and they just scrolling around, they gonna figure it out real quick because they kids. They gonna figure it out, and they can see everything that you can see. And see, the thing is, they don't have the power of discernment. That's what you need to teach these kids: the difference between right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff they don't need to be exposed to, but you can't even keep them away from it these days. That's another. And then here's another thing. Somebody brought up this topic: underwear in front of your kids. I can't even imagine that. I never seen my parents in underwear. I don't even know where that came from.
Yeah, I mean, that was my thing. My children, my daughter, my niece, they never saw me in underwear. There was never going to be acceptable, and I just know people that do that type of stuff. That's the reason why it came up, is because some people are real comfortable about that, and I also know people that are like stepfathers. They'll be in a situation. I mean, I've seen this in movies where it's like, you see the daughter walking around with like very little clothing and stuff like that, and he's like, I'm not comfortable with her walking around like that, and to me, you should be, just your spider sense should be going off and be like, oh yeah, hey, check this out. You need to function a certain way around him, because we know it's, he's got to. It's not a free pass to do whatever. But the bottom line is, he shouldn't even be having that extra sin or temptation or whatever, nothing like that. Try to cover it from all angles. That's what I'm saying. So.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. I've been a stepfather, and I ain't even seen none of my stepdaughters walking around with like that. That's a respect thing. You gonna respect the house. You ain't gonna do that. But I don't know what kind of movies you've been looking at, Mr. Nice Guy. I'm just saying.
No, them regular movies, they're white movies. White movies. In white movies, the kids talk reckless to their parents and stuff like that. In the black houses, that tended not to be done. But nowadays, they think it's cute. I mean, I seen people have little kids. If little kids be like, "Tell you shut up, B," they sit there and laugh about that stuff. And I'm like, why aren't you not beating the crap out of this kid?
Once again, that's the crackhead grandbabies that's having babies these days. I
I
mean,
mean, some of them is
bruh.
gangsters, and they like that because they like the little kid, throwing up gang signs and doing the stuff like they think it's cool. It's just it is what it is.
Well, that's where you train kids when they little they start walking and start imitating and stuff. That's how you correct them. You correct them at that point right there. But you said I like I said, all this stuff is far fetched for me because I never had this occur to me. I mean, because my kids, I remember one of my children, one of my little twins that climbed over the couch. I was like, "Did you just climb over my couch?" She said, "Oh man, I was about to kill her." But her mama was like, "No, leave her alone. You scared her." Yeah, I know. I need to scare her. That's my job. Don't lie to me. First of all, you just did. I just saw you do it. You just lied and said you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't know what to do, of course. But see, this is training. This is when she's very very little, 1 year old. You train them from when they're very young. She ain't lied to me no more. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, First Lady J, you had a very interesting little story, a parenting story. I don't know if you want to talk about.
I have several parenting stories. Oh, my daughter. Yes. So when she was 16, she was feeling herself. And it was her, I have my children on a weekly schedule. Like you have the bathroom, you have the kitchen, this is this, and it switches at each week. She was supposed to do the dishes. And she told me she wasn't going to do them like my son needs to do them, basically like saying that he didn't do his part. And she got sassy with me. And I took her and I put her in a headlock and I rammed her head up against the headboard. Not only did I do that because kids feel like they can just call the police on their parents, um, and get them in trouble. So I grabbed her and I was like, "Come on, you're going with me." Kid's father, like, "Where y'all going?" I was like, "She about to find out." Because I felt like before any child called the police on me, I'm going to deal with them myself. That was not her intentions, but I took my child to the police station. And when we arrived, the police asked what was going on. And I told them that she wanted to be disrespectful and refused to do the dishes. And so another officer came from around the counter and he said she did what? And I was like, she didn't want to do the dishes. And I told them what I did. I was like, I put her in a headlock and I banged her head up against the headboard to try and knock some sense into her, basically. And I said, and before she get a chance to call the police, I come to let you guys know what I did. The officer told my child, was like, "Look, if your mom have to bring you in here again and you're disrespectful to her and not doing what she said, you're gonna have to deal with me." And then the other officer came and said, "And me." And then you had like three or four other officers and said, "And me." And it went on. And then they told me that it's not them that have a problem with parents whipping their kids and discipline. Basically, there's a difference between whipping, beating, and so forth. They were like, it's children's services. They were like, do what I need to do, and told my daughter if I have to bring her in there again, there was going to be a major problem. That's all. And never
That
had a problem with her after that. With
and that's an example of the police doing their job, doing good service. It's not all bad with the police. We always say that it's just only it's bad police that are bad. Police aren't bad. It's bad police that are bad. And those were some good police right there. So.
Yeah, but I'm from the hood, so F the police anyway. I'm just saying.
He's serious. But it did teach her a lesson, though. Like, basically, I felt like I'm the one that brought you in. There, don't get me wrong, there are some children that need to be removed and placed in a better place, but we should be allowed to discipline our children long as we're not beating them. and leaving bruises and all that stuff. We have to do what we have to do. Who protected? I didn't get beatings or whipping, but I know a lot of people got hit with extension cords and all that stuff, and people turned out fine.
I'll tell you like this: you're gonna listen to somebody. If you ain't listening to me,
Guys,
it may be one day you might listen to that judge, and you don't want to listen to that judge. Trust me.
Yeah, that's what it is. And like with my daughter, I mean, I just was like, I never wanted her to be comfortable with a man beating her. So, I like did everything. I was like the Fonz. You watch Happy Days, the Fonz like probably only got one fight. You know what I'm saying? The whole show. So the bottom line is I made it a point to illustrate her and communicate to her how serious I was and that I would she did not doubt that I was going to do what I was going to do. But I did put out all the stops to do whatever I could to not have to go to physically beating her. Because if I had to, that was going to be what it's going to be. But again, I definitely employed extreme fear tactics, unapologetically. And, the bottom line is I convinced her and I communicated to her. So, if you have to do that, you have to do that. But I always say this, never whip your kids in anger. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you should be doing should be a function of getting them to a better place. And you can't just lash out them because you're mad and stuff like that. That's dangerous. That's improper. That's a completely different thing than punishing some people. There's a reason why, parents used to say this is going to hurt me more than it hurts you, whether it actually did or not, Charles X. He said, old school parenting involved a form of violence, aka spanking. New school has a more respectful verbal dialogue, maybe slower results, but long term may offer better outcomes. I think that when you reach a certain age, obviously that's when you start punishing people. You don't spank people late into the game or violence late in the game. A child to beat your ass, after a certain age. But there's a certain point where a kid, you can't really have a dialogue with a kid. So, I mean, I don't know. To me, I'm just like, look, I don't negotiate with terrorists. I'm going to tell you how it's going to be. Go ahead.
You can have a dialogue with kids. You say you do it again, I'm going to break your face. I mean, just tell them the truth. I mean, hey. Sometimes you can threaten them and get your point across. But if you have to, I mean, I'd rather be the one to put my hands on them than anyone else. That's what I'm saying. But see, that's why I say you got to do it when they're very small. You got to spank them and everything. Give them in line. So by the time they get to age, they already know better.
Yeah.
They won't even. My kids wouldn't even remember the spankings that they got because they was too young, but they knew. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. So I think we exhausted that. You got something else to say about that, First Lady J?
Not at all.
Yeah, so we were gonna do this other topic, but Walk disappeared, so I don't even know if it was worth saying. But on the parenting note, I remember I had a friend who she would like if she was in a rush, she'd take a shower and then she'd have her son get in the shower with her and take a shower and stuff like that. And I was just like, to me that's not right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that she was doing anything wrong. I'm just saying that
little Wody. That's probably why he wanted the older woman.
I'm just saying that to me, you got to have boundaries as a parent. So it's like whether it was that type of situation or we talked about underwear in front of the situation. It's just you got to have boundaries when you're talking about the smoking and drinking and stuff like that. I remember my wife was getting on her brother talking about, hey, you want your kid to respect you, but you want to sit there and smoke, smoke weed with him or drink with him and stuff like that. That's not the relationship you have with, your youngsters. Now, obviously, once they reach a certain age, you guys are adults, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But, there is something to be said about how you interact and present yourself to your children so that, they respect you that way. But that's right. El Poo is putting this up there. We talking about, hey, we need you to like, share, and subscribe, and to click that bell so that when this show is going on, whether you record or not, it'll come up, and basically, if it's in the description, it'll come up in your feed. So we do ask that you share, spread the word, get this to a point where we can take it to the next level. So but again, that's a step. So subscribe to our YouTube page if you didn't, and really, that's where all the best traffic is. We understand that some people watch this on Facebook, some people watch this on Twitch. They used to watch it on Twitter, but the man did what he did to kind of complicate that. But we do say that the best support is to watching this on YouTube, on a YouTube channel. So that having been said, also we got Spin That Back coming up after this. But I think that's all we need to say. So first, Lady J, thank you for coming on the show and notwithstanding all that you work doing. We got a all year Hamilton reunion going on at Cheviot Park. And I'd love to go there, but I don't got a free pass for it, so I can't do that. So tell everybody I said what's up. But she's cooking and representing, so she needs to do that. So thank you for coming there for doing the many hats that you wear. And El Poo, I can't say enough about you, brother, the producer, and doing all stuff and like that. So, and not to mention what we're about to do on Spin That Back. So we salute you, First Lady J. You go take care of your business. Me and El Poo, we're gonna go talk about the DJs on Spin That Back in about 30 minutes. So that
we do respect everybody that shows up. Please show up again next week, and we'll be back here doing it again, y'all.
That's what's up. Thank you. Peace out.